I hope they don't have a gun. Ah! Die! Oh god. Okay.
Hope the blankets treat you all
We're
right.
entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Scan me, Papa.
Scan complete. You're cleared to land at
New homestead, huh? Did I have anything to do on Titan? I feel like I did. Oh, this place sucks, huh?
Welcome to New Homestead. Please make your way to the building at the end of the path and down into the colony below. Stay safe and enjoy your visit.
An underground colony? I can see why. There's a fair amount of resources.
Interesting. The last thing I expected to stumble across at this time was settlement as a museum. Might be worth a look around.
We're going to a museum? Yep. Movement is a little weird in here.
I've heard you've been making the settled system safer. It's not much, but take this.
But you just gave me money? Thank you.
Enjoy your visit here.
I don't know.
Hi there. Always nice to see a new face.
I'm gonna go in there. Ooh, plants. What face? Don't know what you mean. This weed? You guys growing
Those
weed
folks
in
in
here?
Sidonia may be closer to Earth, but we do a better job preserving its traditions.
Are you a child or a short person?
Hello? I'm not really supposed to talk with tourists, but I kind of want to anyway. And I don't think my papa is paying attention.
Okay.
You're not going to tell him, are you?
Do not tell that to strangers, child.
Oh, thank you! I promise it'll be fun. I like talking to tourists. I get to learn so much about everywhere else, and they get to learn about here.
Uh-huh.
Now what should we talk about?
Why doesn't your dad want you talking to tourists?
My mama says it's because he thinks we'd up and leave if we found out about the rest of the worlds out there.
Oh, it's a Stockholm
I keep
situation.
telling him, I love it here, and I love him, and I would never leave him. He doesn't believe it. He says the kids almost always want to leave when they grow up. But not me.
Nope. He's
Nope.
keeping me uneducated.
just
I
want
love
to
it here.
Visit somewhere else. Maybe. Not really. There's some though. Most are around my age. We all go to school in the same room.
Whoa. Are schools here the same as other settled systems?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a
I've
dumb
never
question.
been to any other schools.
That was a really
We
stupid
mostly
question.
learn about the history of the solar system and Earth and stuff like that until we get old enough to go on our learning vacation.
What's that?
That's when we get to leave to go to school somewhere else for a few years.
Oh,
Or travel and visit other worlds, try out jobs and stuff.
vocational.
Oh, I can't wait.
You like working on a farm?
I think it's pretty fun. And I get to be around my mama and my papa all day, so that's cool.
That is cool.
They say we all have to work a little, because it takes all of us to make the community work. Just like on Earth a really, really, really long time ago.
Yeah.
Someday, I think it'd be cool to see other places and do other things. But this is fine for now.
You're already talking about leaving. See, this is why your
Let
dad
me know
doesn't
if
want you to
have any
talk to
other
tourists.
questions.
I'm telling. What do you
Do
farm
come
here?
from one of those planets with beautiful skies and fresh air? My, how I'd love to visit one day.
These people seem like they're kidnapped.
Ah, someone new. Are you a tourist, or have you just moved to New Homestead?
I'm just passing through.
Ah, well, don't be afraid to soak in some of the local charm then. We're friendly people. Mostly. And we like having visitors.
Except for my
I'm
husband.
fascinated by the other worlds in the settled systems. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Yeah, I've been to some places. Sure.
Oh, wonderful. What's New Atlantis like?
Yeah. No, sure. Never been there. It's a huge skyscraper. It was really pretty.
Oh my, that sounds incredible.
Oh, he's gonna be mad at me.
Ever since I overheard one of the tourists speaking about it, I've always wanted to go. We hear about it, of course, but we rarely get much exposure to
I
other
don't
worlds
like
beyond
what's
the people
going
who
on
come
here.
from them to visit our little colony. I wonder if I can convince Nathaniel to go on a trip there with
Oh,
me and my
Nathaniel's a
daughter.
cult leader
Do you
name.
mind if I ask you another question?
You don't have to ask questions. Nathaniel's not here. He won't beat you.
Thanks. I promise not to take too much of your time. Is the Freestar Collective as lawless as I've heard?
Oh. I don't know much about them.
That's okay. Sometimes I forget not all the tourists are as well traveled as I believe they are.
What are you doing?
Is it okay if I change the subject?
Are you a robot?
Thank you. Are there really planets full of
What's
plants, fresh air,
happening?
and water?
Yes.
I've read about them. It seems incredible, doesn't it? I've only ever known Titan.
Alexa, is
It's
that
always
you?
So cold and drab. I've always dreamed of visiting one to breathe the air, feel the warmth of its sun, but my husband is reluctant to leave our home. Can I ask
Yeah.
you something else?
I mean, I suppose. Why not?
Thanks. I promise not to take too much of your time.
You keep saying that.
Is space travel as exciting as it seems?
It's incredible, but it's also dangerous. Yeah, that seems about right. It's a lot of nothing.
I've heard stories about pirates and spaceship malfunctions and all sorts of terrible things.
Oh, I'm sure Nathaniel
I've
tells you all
always
those
wanted to
stories.
try going into space, but I'm also worried about all those dangers. Maybe people here are right. The dangers here are few, and we know how to take care
Is
of them.
this just a cult?
Space
This whole
is
place
too
is a cult?
unknown.
What's
Those are all the
happening?
questions I have at the moment. Thank you
Okay.
so much for taking time out of your busy day.
I
for
gotta go
me.
talk to Nathaniel for a second.
Off-worlders always ask how I can live here. I wonder how they can live anywhere else.
Okay, are you Nathaniel? You're not Nathaniel. I don't know who you are. Nathaniel's not here. I guess we'll go underground. Wait, are you Nathaniel? Oh, you're Citizen. Okay. New-ish homestead. Hey, Panda.
Careful. There are some dangerous areas around here that are not part of any tours.
You're a bad security guard.
I can't imagine living here. These people sure are hardy.
Yeah,
This colony's a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
it's...
I could really go for some of Anya's cooking over at the Brown
There's
Horse.
definitely something weird going on here. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm gonna find out. Wait, what's my... Wait, what? Did I do my quest? Is that why... I guess I did? A lot of people are playing it solo. I mean, do you mean like without companions?
Very informative. I didn't know about the methane
Or like
harvesters
without
before
people?
coming here.
The Brown Horse Tavern, huh? The food was better.
Well, see, I'm an introvert, so I should not have a companion.
Hello there. The museum here.
But I always
to
enjoy
everyone.
companions.
Hello there. Are you here to peruse our little museum exhibit?
We will. Thanks again.
Didn't actually know this was a museum.
I could see how that might not be clear, given that it's displayed in the.
I love it, Panda.
Here. But
I'm in.
Take a look. You'll notice our collection of rare Earth antiquities salvaged
It's
from
not
before the
perfect,
collapse.
but
it's quite
fits
a
what I like to do.
glimpse into our past. If you have any questions about the exhibit or New Homestead, I'm happy to answer as best as I can.
The easiest way to describe it is a Bethesda game, but it's good. Everyone here has such interesting family names. What's the deal with that?
When our early colonists learned of Earth's demise, they decided to take on the names of their cities of origin as a way to remember their heritage. Now, some may have been lost in translation over the years, and some may have taken it more seriously than others, but the names are mostly accurate. For instance, my family comes from the city of Lyon, in a country that was called France.
Wow, that's really interesting.
It's an interesting story. New Homestead began as a scientific research base called the Titan Astrobase, back when space travel was in its infancy. The hope was that humanity would be able to discover simple alien life here given the moon's composition and water supply. When that ultimately failed,
it's not super buggy. There
a
are bugs.
Research base where scientists and engineers studied how to build colonies on
don't listen to Dom. He
worlds.
also has bought it and is playing
Then, finally, when gravity drives were commonplace and we started finding Earth-like planets, New Homestead
I wish I could have
was
Todd
born as a
Howard's
living
pantaloons.
history community to preserve that past.
I think if you played it, I'm noticing some like repeating buildings and stuff, but that's because I'm going so hard on the planet exploration. I think if you played it in a more like casual way, you wouldn't run into it as much. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you wanted. What's about the exhibit?
Of course, certainly.
But overall, I think it's a pretty. I would give it like a.
And out over time, but they all originate from the same place.
I would give it like an 8.5 out of 10.
We have everything from
right now
toys to antique technology to sports
for me.
memorabilia.
It's basically like Mass Effect meets Fallout 4 meets No Man's Sky.
Vehicle, but we had to sell
which,
it when
if
we
you know
ran
me,
out of space for it. Most of our collection.
I wish Bethesda did the writing. That's basically the only thing.
Enthusiasts and historians who felt it belonged.
Or not Bethesda,
to the home
BioWare.
Here in the Sol system.
Okay, well.
Thanks for visiting.
No problem, man.
I still can't believe people actually live like this.
Do you want to know what life was like for the early colonists? Starsap Tours was voted Best Historic Tour 3 years in a row.
Best historic tour.
Why, hello there! I'm Bill Starsap of Starsap Tours. Let me tell you, this place is full of history and interesting facts.
Oh, yeah?
For instance, did you know that New Homestead was one of the first colonies established outside of Earth?
Nope.
It's been populated in some capacity for over 200 years.
Whoa. That's incredible.
Well, there's plenty more where that came from if you're interested in taking one of my famous tours. So what do you say? I've got an opening. I could take you on a tour right now if you'd like.
Okay. No offense, but Starsaps is an unusual name. Sounds almost made up.
None taken. I get it all the time. If you think it sounds made up, well, that's because it is. I come from an eccentric family. Back in the early days of space
My name is
travel,
Starshade.
generations ago, my ancestors were really into science fiction. They wanted a name that seemed like it fit into the stories they grew up with, so they changed their last name, and the Starsap family name was born.
I don't know why you...
Used to be Bramblefoot before that. Their ancestors liked a different type of fiction.
Okay, let's go on the tour.
Excellent! You won't regret it! My tours are one of a kind! Now, there's just the matter of price. The going rate for a genuine Starsap tour is only 100 credits.
Yeah, that's literally nothing.
Great! Let's get this show on the road,
I find 100 credits
Right, so
on every dead body.
This is New Homestead's main concourse. This underground area didn't exist when the original outpost, Titan Astro Base, was finished in 2130. Follow me. We'll come back here by the end of the tour and talk about the museum collection. But first, let's go see where people live. Now remember, these people aren't actors. They actually live here.
He's just gonna take me into the residential district?
While the original inhabitants of the Titan Astro Base lived in pods like you saw up above, they transitioned down here when this section of the base was finished in 2144. Space is extremely limited, so you'll notice some overflow here.
You have a spaceship?
But more residences
I wanna get a
also
spaceship when
exist
I'm older.
on lower
They're
levels,
so cool.
which are inaccessible to tours. I'll stop at each of our destinations if you want to look around, or if you have any questions for me.
Okay. Well, let me talk to this kid. Nah, he's just a child. I don't need to talk to him. What's in the lounge? Ooh, I'm gonna do some cooking. I can only cook one thing.
I see what you've made there. Smart.
Yes, I made squash. Splash. There is a story. I have only done like one quest in the story, but it's surrounding like a mysterious alien artifact. But from what I can tell so far, aliens don't exist. Like, it's just humans, basically. There are alien-like creatures, but no like sentient aliens. So obviously something built this that was a sentient alien. So
another tourist. Just do me a favor and stay out of trouble. It's hard enough dealing with our own sick and...
So I think that's what the thing's gonna be. But on the other hand,
Great.
I've literally only explored 3
guess.
solar
You
systems,
slipped
so
on the ice and need a doctor to wrap your
there
sprained
could be
ankle?
aliens elsewhere. I don't know. I'm here visiting, but I'm not a tourist.
I appreciate that you're trying to set me at ease, but that might as well be the same.
You are glowing.
Sorry for how I responded. It's not you, it's me. I'm just frustrated about all the non-native people I need to treat when our own still need help. Anyway, what can I do for you?
No, I just, is it difficult being a doctor in such an old-fashioned community?
Even though
So
we don't
far,
have
there are
any
only
medical
humans. Like I said,
facilities,
I haven't made it that far in the
easier
story,
to
and I
where
also
you're
haven't
from.
explored anything other than Alpha
We have fewer
Centauri
people
and
here,
Sol in the starting
and we're
planet.
very responsible when it
So-
comes to our personal health and welfare. So there's not much I can't handle. For anything else, we can get access to off-world specialists.
If there are aliens, the humans never talk about them. You really don't seem to like the tourists.
I don't. They make a mockery of New Homestead culture. And on top of it, they're reckless. It's like I said before, I feel like I'm treating them more often than our own people.
The lighting has gone wild on this woman. Sounds frustrating. I wish there was something I could do.
Actually, maybe there is. I have an idea that may be best suited for someone relatively unknown, instead of myself. I've got a mountain of work and a reputation to maintain. So I bought a realistic monster costume. The plan was to wear it, scare tourists away, and start a rumor about terrible creatures living on Titan. I figure that once word gets around, tourism will take enough of a dive to give me some relief.
What? Oh, yeah, okay.
That's the spirit. To be honest, I'm not sure it'll work either, but I feel like there's no harm in trying. Here's the costume. I think this will work best on the surface, so just find a group and run up to them, acting like a convincing alien monster. With any luck, they'll run screaming and book the next flight out of here.
Okay. I just ran into a door. Holy shit. Monster with a gun. Interesting. Alright, well that's been great, but I gotta continue my tour, unfortunately. I'll come back and be a monster later. It's heavy. I probably will keep it.
You get used to the methane processing smell after a while.
Alright, Bill, let's continue our tour.
Have any questions so far?
Can you tell me about the people who lived here before all this? How many people live here?
I'm not sure the exact count, but New Homestead is
How do you not know the exact
small
count?
colony. What you see is what you get for the most part, except for some other people who live in the private lower levels. Some, particularly security, and yours truly, even commute from other worlds.
Oh, you don't live here. I see.
Sadly, it's difficult to get additional construction done inside these underground caverns. So for now, additional populations are housed in these stacks of old shipping crates. As you might expect, this is where some of the less wealthy can afford to live.
This
Not
really
glamorous,
feels like,
but they are
since I
functional
realize
and
this
cozy.
guy's not from here.
Alrighty, we'll be taking the residential elevator to the farms area
Feels
on
worse.
the surface level. This way, please. Let's leave these good people alone for now and go check out the farms. Follow me up the elevator.
Alright. Do I need to hit the button? Or, oh, he just disappeared. Okay. Must be a teleport elevator.
Weird that people come here to see what early colony life was like. To me, it's just how we live.
New Homestead's farms are the beating heart of the colony. Without them,
Elevator.
the original outpost would have shriveled and died. These pods are sealed and climate controlled, the perfect environment for growing the hydroponic vegetation needed for survival in the early days of the colony.
Is this Nathaniel? I need to talk to Nathaniel. I think he's holding his family hostage.
I overheard you speaking to my wife, Mara, filling her head with ideas about...
Nathaniel, you're a bastard.
You got anything to say for yourself?
I'm gonna beat your ass. Why not let her?
Listen here. Mara's free to make her own decisions. I'm not here to control her if that's
It
what
doesn't seem like that.
But that doesn't mean I take kindly to other people manipulating her and telling her the other worlds are full of sunshine and rainbows. We live a simple traditional life here, and it's important to the community that we maintain that. Do you understand?
Just so you know, I talked to your daughter too. I didn't just talk to your fucking wife. What traditions?
Traditions like the way we tend this farm, strong family ties, early colonial life. We do it all with the bare minimum technologies to survive.
I told the
Everything else
daughter
is
I wouldn't
hard work done
tell.
by humans.
I don't want her to get in
It's good for
trouble.
humanity's soul.
But because you asked,
Did you? Well, she should know better than to talk with tourists.
No, I got her in trouble.
Between me and her.
Dom, you ruined
Now,
it.
you might want to consider heading off before you cause any more trouble.
This guy sucks. Can I kill this guy? No, I'm not gonna. Bill, I wouldn't do that in front of you, Bill.
Any questions about the farms?
Penny for your family.
What do they do?
These days, it's a mix of what you find elsewhere in the galaxy, but in the olden days, it was all brought over from Earth.
Whoa.
It was a lot of hearty root vegetables like potatoes, carrots, beets, and such, supplemented with corn, peas, green beans, soy, etc., which didn't always grow as well. Oh, they are indeed. Colonists still cultivate plant-based food for their own consumption here in New Homestead. It's less vital to their survival these days, as they also import supplemental food from other colonies, including meats, dairy, and synthetics. However, most citizens here take pride in a New Homestead-grown, sustainable diet.
I'm ready to move on.
Onward it is! We'll be stopping by the Brown Horse Tavern later in the tour, which uses many of these local.
They've done a really good job of making this feel like an actual tour.
But for now, it's just a short way.
I feel like
next stop.
the tours that, like, when you go to
I'm not in the mood to talk. Are just
like
on
the old
side of this
homestead
building, believe it or not. We'll step on through the hallway
places to show how life was back in the day.
But the colony has faithfully recreated them as a historical exhibit, true to the original purpose of the Titan Astro Base.
You know what sucks? And this isn't all Bethesda games. So you run, but if I switch on walking, I walk slower than the NPCs. Why is that a hard thing? Oops. Either make it so I walk the same speed as an NPC, or just don't include a walk. Why would I need to walk? So instead I'm doing this stupid maneuver.
We take vandalism seriously here. You don't mess with history.
Okay.
Pardon the dust, but I can still answer some questions about the old Titan Astro
Yeah,
Base
Assassin's Creed
biolabs.
does that as well. You're right. Why is that so difficult to get right? What kind of life did they find here?
Funny you should ask. Sadly, none. See, NASA funded the Titan Astrobase project because conditions seemed ripe for primordial life to form in Titan's methane pools. They tested many different sites, performed deep core ice drilling, and more, yet nothing turned up.
That was it? What did they use these lab for?
Well, NASA defunded the xenobiology program in 2132, but a scientist by the name of Catherine Neely proposed research into advanced colony building on inhospitable worlds. So, by 2135, work began on what would ultimately set us all up to create habitats anywhere humans dared to explore. These very labs housed the computer systems used in that research.
No. I am technically part of...
Lots of storage.
I don't want to spoil too much. I'm not a pirate. You can be a pirate. Keep mentioning Titan Astro Base. What is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot to mention that. That's what this place was originally called.
Oh.
When NASA divested its interest in the Astro Base and turned it over to the people back in 2185,
I steal pirate
they
ships.
renamed it New Homestead.
That's how I got my
and
current ship.
established it as a historical site.
All right.
You got it. On to our next stop. Next, we'll be heading outside, so make sure to check those seals on your suit because it's a bit chilly out there. We're going out into the frozen wastes of Titan to see what powers this planet. Watch your step outside, by the way. The ice can be slippery if you're not careful. The goal is to keep people out of Dr. Lakota's infirmary.
So that's how they get in Dr. Lakota's infirmary.
Hello?
Hi.
Damn power's on the fritz again.
Anyway, where were we?
Joyce always seems to be out clearing ice off the
Powering New Homestead. As you might imagine, generating energy was a real challenge back in the day because the technology was much more crude then. But crude or not, it was that technology that sustained the old Astro Base. And it might surprise you to learn that the same technology is still working today.
Mostly. From what I've heard.
The interesting thing about this old colony is that it's mostly powered by clean, renewable
Why wouldn't
energy.
you, if there's so much methane here, why wouldn't you power it by methane?
That's right, New Homestead's famous wind farms.
I'm
This
literally
spot was
learning, yes.
chosen for the colony in part because of its constant winds.
Interesting.
These turbines have been integral to the colony's function since its establishment and a cheap, mostly reliable source of electricity.
Wow, this is cool, Bill. Good tour. I'm gonna just scan this real quick. All right.
So, let's talk about wind power, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm actually having a good time on this tour. I didn't think Titan was all that windy.
You're right. Most surface wind on Titan isn't too terribly strong, but here, the altitude and other conditions are perfect for sustained wind power. Like many worlds with atmosphere, the higher you go, the windier it gets.
What's so interesting? No. Do these turbines really power the entire colony?
Mostly. I'm sure you've noticed the occasional brownouts. I guess these old machines have a habit of freezing up, what with all the ice out here.
Fair enough.
There's some methane on reserve for critical life support systems, but everything else here is otherwise powered by the units you see here. You're the boss. Let's go. Moving right along, we're going to learn about Titan's great natural resources. Titan is rich with hydrocarbons like methane and ethane. Surely you saw huge pools of the stuff on your descent into New Homestead.
I did not.
I like to think they add to the natural beauty of this world. Though, of course, stay away from them because, like anything beautiful, they can be dangerous. Just like my last ex-wife's pet. She had this gorgeous, I don't know what you'd call it, creature. The guy that sold it to her couldn't tell her what it was or where it was from. I don't think it was even a legal sell, to be honest. The thing was very easy on the eyes. Feathers, all the colors of the rainbow. Nasty bite, though. Wound up in the hospital and almost lost my hand. Still not enough for her to get rid of the dang thing. Anyway, there's a reason she's my ex-wife.
Good story, Bill.
But enough about me. We were talking about methane and other resources, right?
Yeah. Right. Whoa, Bill. Careful.
Can you believe it? Back in the 20th century on Earth, they used to fight wars over natural resources like this and petroleum. They had this whole moon here basically made of hydrocarbons in their own backyard. They just couldn't get to it. Incredible how far we've come. New Homestead is home to one of the oldest and largest methane processing plants in the settled system.
Is it safe to be here, Bill?
Every year, UC engineers go through a painstaking, month-long maintenance process. That's how this place has remained operational as long as it has. I'm not going to take you too close to the machinery, liability and all, but I can still answer questions. Questions? Fire away.
What do they do with all this methane?
Exports mostly, since this world is so methane rich and has the infrastructure for it. A lot of the UC's methane comes from Titan.
I don't even know about my parents.
Homesteaders use it themselves for everything from generating heat.
I haven't made it that far.
To breathable oxygen.
I've played. I'm like probably at 25 hours or so, and I haven't gone very far. Wait, they turn methane into oxygen?
Oh, no one's ever asked me that before.
Oh, it's a trait.
Something to do with methane-eating microbes, I believe. I honestly don't know. Sorry.
Wow. Well then, you know. Oh, now Sarah wants to talk to me again.
Shut down for
Interesting.
A month. It's not shut down at all, actually. See, this place is built with redundant systems, so they can shut it down piece by piece and suffer only a reduction in throughput. During that time, the UC gets more of its resources from other places, allowing New Homestead to maintain what it needs.
All right, no more questions.
Okie dokie, artichoke. There will be time for more later
This is
anyway.
actually a long tour.
So, this next stop is a bit of an interesting one. I only recently made it part of the tour. Fun fact, it's also the only natural landmark on the tour. What we're about to see is a glacial spire we affectionately call Ymir's Horn. This colus used to be named after a character in a popular fantasy novel, but it was changed a couple hundred years ago to avoid any potential litigation. Now,
Traits are definitely interesting.
colus, you might say. Colus derives from the Latin word for hill, and scientists only gave names to groups of hills on a planet's surface.
Oh.
So in reality, the term you hear more often is the plural, coles, with an E. You probably don't hear it very often where you're from, because it was usually a term reserved for unexplored planets, back when they didn't have the technology to describe what they were seeing firsthand. Because of that, the term is much more common in the Sol system, but you may still hear it occasionally in reference to uncharted worlds. This planet's full of them, though, and they like to preserve that history.
Oh, is that a methane ocean?
So here it is, Ymir's Horn. You're free to take a closer look if you like.
But don't fall off the edge. Yeah, how did it form?
I've heard this particular formation was caused by an ancient volcano. Something about steam and wind, then worn down over time. But I'm not 100% sure.
All right.
Excellent. On to the next stop then. So, we're gonna head back inside through the methane processing plant. Try not to touch anything on your way. We want to make sure to respect Dr. Lakota's wishes to be safer around here. Ah, that brings me to another point. You'll notice the people around here have last names related to where their
I do
families
know the answer to
originated
that,
from
yeah.
on Earth, as a way to remember the past. The museum curator, Maurice Leon, has more information about that if you're interested. You can find him inside the main concourse. Loves talking about it.
I did talk to him.
Find most of the locals here are very friendly to tourists like yourself. Tourism is a major draw to this colony these days, and I respect that. Most of them are happy to talk at length about what they do here. Their rugged lifestyle is a point of pride for a lot of these folks.
Hi guys.
Just got a message. Looks like
I did run into someone who hates tourists. The doctor fucking does not like them at all.
I know. I'll send someone to go patch it up again. We do what we gotta do until we can get
Butter.
approval to replace the whole thing.
Well, the leaks haven't been too bad, and it's held together this long, I suppose. We'll make do.
Did Bill get in here? Bill, see Sarah, you locked Bill out. Let Bill in. For free?
If you need medical attention,
You know, it's spice I got off of a dead alien, so I don't know. Bill, you okay?
This area we're walking through is the nerve center of the plant, where
How much
technicians
shit
keep an
did you
eye on
find,
the
Dom?
operation. Since methane production is such an important part of the colony's livelihood, it's important that the techs notice any issues.
I'm kind of interested in building an outpost, but like I said, I don't really want to put it in Sol or Alpha Centauri.
Ice mines. It's a natural spring where water bubbles up from deep below, but due to the cold, it keeps freezing as it reaches the surface.
This is a much longer tour than I was expecting. For $100, that's a value.
You're welcome to keep your suit on if you'd like. As you might expect from a place called the Ice Mines, it can get a little chilly. It takes miners working daily to clear the ice, melt it down, and keep the water flowing.
Literally just mining ice.
Mining ice shouldn't have it's the methane we gotta watch out.
It must be difficult trying to survive when this collection of shipping containers.
Oh, I'm in the methane. Sarah, I will talk to you, but probably not in the ice caves.
What else can I tell you about the ice mines?
Can I drink straight from the source?
I wouldn't recommend it. First, it's an active work site. Second, it still needs to be filtered and checked for contaminants. But don't worry, we'll stop somewhere for refreshments before the tour is over.
Why not heat this area? Because it would melt all the ice.
Good question. I believe it has something to do with not wanting to contaminate the water with methane and other chemicals. The ice helps prevent impurities in the water. At least this is what I've been told.
That's where all the water comes from?
Not all. Some water is created as a byproduct of methane processing, but that's usually saved in the emergency reserves.
Interesting.
Sounds good. Let's keep going then. We have just one more stop before we're done with the tour, and it just happens to be my favorite. This colony is home to the longest running establishment still in existence, the Brown Horse Tavern. The Brown Horse started as a simple mess hall.
So how does building the outpost work, Dom? Is it like
by the same family ever since.
is it like Fallout 4? You have to have the resources
They
and all
were a
that?
large four-legged animal on Earth, often used for transportation or manual labor. Long before space
I didn't
travel
mind
was
that building
even a
system.
dream for the folks of Earth, even before antique machines like automobiles were possible.
I just need to find a place to
Horses
put
could be
my
found everywhere.
outpost.
You might have seen them in old movies or read about them somewhere. If not, I highly recommend looking into them sometime. They're beautiful animals.
You can, yeah. I've actually hired people for my ship.
Infatuated with them, from what I understand.
I don't know where you see it. Is it here? True, yeah. So yeah, so see I have people on my ship. Sarah's following me around, but I think you can so yeah, you can have outpost lists. I think there's a limited number of outposts you can have.
And named the place
Like Panda, I'm sorry.
The moniker Brown Horse Tavern is also
But I think you can level up the outposts
names
with
of
skill.
similar Earth restaurants hundreds of years before it was established.
I need to build an outpost. That's something I would like to do this stream.
I know.
Maybe.
I'm just glad the episode
Maybe I will make one in the Sol system. I don't
that
know.
time a few years back where everyone had to huddle together.
That delicious smell is making me hungry. Can I answer anything about the Brown Horse?
Joyce says she's on it. Something about the turbines freezing up.
Could this, what can you tell me about the owner?
Anya Seattle is the current owner of the Brown Horse. It's been in the Seattle family for generations. But Anya will be able to tell you more herself. Feel free to ask her. It doesn't feel right coming from me when she's standing right over there.
True.
Easy. All the other ones fell to ruin when we abandoned Earth. There were technically older ones on Mars, but those have long since shuttered or been replaced.
Okay.
Okay then. All right, we're headed to the last stop. Right back where we began. Feel free to check out the museum exhibit in the main concourse here. These displays are full of rare Earth trinkets salvaged from before humanity left, and Maurice is happy to talk about the
ghouls.
The museum's curator, Maurice, will be happy to talk to you if you want to know more.
All right. Thank you, Bill.
Well, that's that. I hope you enjoyed Starsap Tours as much as I enjoy giving them.
I mean, Panda, I can't say there are not aliens. It's leading me to believe there are aliens and the humans just don't know about them yet. So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, I'm only exploring the human settled places at this point. Here's there's a little extra. Thank you.
Oh, wow. I really appreciate it. You know, I rely on tips from good people like you, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Enjoy the rest of your stay in New Homestead.
Wow, very generous. As long as you're throwing around money, maybe you wouldn't mind tossing some my way.
What the fuck? You definitely make more than me, Sarah.
There's something I need to talk to you about.
All my monies I get from killing mercenaries.
I have an important personal decision to make, but I need
Hey,
to discuss
Tequila.
something with you first.
Okay, I'm here to listen, Sarah.
Phew, thank you. So, where to start? Before I was with the Navigator Corps, I was career military, part of the United Colonies Navy.
Yeah.
When the colony war broke out, I was posted as the chief navigator on a warship, the Dauntless.
Okay. Yeah, seems like quite the accomplishment.
Well, the position didn't last long. There was a particularly bloody battle. We were fighting over a world in the Eta Cassiopeia system. Worst fighting I'd ever seen.
Okay.
We lost 12 ships that day. 12. Including my
own. Why the Cassiopeia system?
Economic reasons. Several of the worlds in the Cassiopeia system were mineral rich. Both sides wanted to drop refinery outposts on the surface to bolster their supply.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I heard right when it was released there was a bunch of Nexus mods, like 40-something.
No. This is important.
Damn, Tequila.
I need to tell you this.
Damn, Tequila.
The ship was barely intact. The captain and first mate died the previous day, which put me in command. A shrewd captain would have called for the crew to abandon ship.
Wow, that's crazy.
I was so angry. I wanted to stay. I needed to fight.
Okay, so where are we going with this, Sarah? I don't know what I would have done. I wasn't there.
Well, I didn't have the luxury of indecision.
Okay.
I had to act. We fought for hours, but the damage was fatal. I gave the order to abandon ship and the crew piled into the escape shuttle. As the shuttle launched, I could see it was damaged. I heard screams before the radio cut. And last thing I saw, they were spiraling helplessly towards the planet's surface. There was nothing I could do.
Get a shot at him. Why weren't you on the shuttle with them? That seems kind of like a targeted question.
It was my duty as acting captain to be the last person to leave the Dauntless.
Oh, okay, so...
We had more than one escape shuttle available. So, I elected to wait.
So you shoved them all on one shuttle, and then...
Safe.
You were going to take the other one by yourself? Condolences.
Thank you. But condolences can't reverse what I've done.
Yeah, I know, Sarah, but what do you want me to do about it?
An inexperienced captain making rash decisions that cost people their lives.
Nothing you described sounds like your fault. I mean, Again, when they signed up, what did your superior say? I'm gonna go with the friendly answer.
Try telling that to their loved ones.
Okay.
When the dust settled, the United Colonies gave me a medal. Can you believe that? Medal. A damn medal. I never even had a chance to find the shuttle wreckage and give my crew a proper burial.
Okay, I mean... You can't blame yourself for, what amounts to bad luck?
Bad luck? That sounds familiar. You once told me, no matter how hard you fight, there are some...
I did say that. She remembered.
I wish I had heard your advice long ago. Don't you get it? Everything I do, everything I touch, somehow falls apart.
Why do you think I'm wearing a hazmat suit?
That's why I'm worried about us.
There's an us? There's an us? Are we dating? What's happening? Who? Did I accidentally date this woman? Don't worry. Did I accidentally form a relationship that wasn't a friendship? I don't know. There's little you could say that would change my opinion about you. That seems fine.
You still have faith in me. I don't even know what to say. I never realized how much you cared about me.
Oh, God. Nothing. That's because I'm falling in love with you, Sarah, but I'm not. I'm sorry, Sarah. Nothing could get in the way of our friendship. Gotta shut that down. The blue hair is really attractive to people.
I feel exactly the same way.
There we go.
Phew.
Woo! It's a friendship. I've established boundaries.
Thank you for being there.
That's what
for
you gotta
listening
do.
To me when I needed it the most. I'll never forget this. I promise.
Sarah, you're great, but I'm gonna date an alien. And that's just how it's gonna be. I don't know if an alien exists here. You were going Mass Effect. Gotta date everybody? No, I'm looking for my Talivas Normandy.
Heads up if you're
Why do you think I'm dressed like this? I am the Tally of this world. Wait, what? I am a Tally guy.
Welcome to Chunks. What can I get for you? Hello there. Welcome to the new Homestead Chunks.
I chose Liara on my
almost all of
the remaster playthrough, but just because I was curious what would be different. But no, I'm still a Tally guy.
Everything else is still that great Chunks food you know and love.
Why?
So, what can I do for you?
If Homestead's all about authentic living history, what's Chunks doing here?
Well, people gotta eat, you know. But seriously, I think we're just starting to get with the times a little. And I can't think of a better restaurant than Chunks to usher that in.
Thane's cool.
I think corporate just
I like
saw
Thane
New
a lot.
Homestead as an untapped market. I mean, the locals may not eat it, but the tourists love having a taste of home.
You really seem to... Is that a fat joke? You really seem to love Chunks, don't you?
You know I do. And what's not to love? It's delicious, nutritious, easy, fast, inexpensive.
Is it nutritious?
It sure makes my hungry belly sing for joy. Yeah. My wife thinks I eat too much Chunks food, but I just can't help myself. It's so good.
Running out of Chunks special sauce sounds like a problem.
If I'm completely honest, it is. The people are always saying how this Chunks can't compare to the real deal. And I just know it's because we never had that mouth-watering sauce.
Oh.
I've been in contact with some of the other restaurants out there, and they'll give me some, but they say they can't afford to send it, and I don't have a ship, so what am I to do?
The Chunks restaurant doesn't send you special sauce? This seems like a bad franchise. Yeah, why doesn't Chunks just send you the sauce?
For real? Good question.
Yeah.
They haven't said, but I think it has something to do with them prioritizing other Chunks over mine.
I think you're right.
Guess it's made at a different facility than our other food, And they don't even want to pay the shipping cost to ship from another store to ours. And sometimes I get lucky and a cargo hauler passes through with a route that takes them near other chunks and back again, but there's no guarantee.
Am I what, Panda? If you just need someone to go get it, I could get it.
Wait, for real? You do that?
I'm literally surveying every single. I'm literally surveying every single planet. Just tell me where.
Oh, yeah, right. I actually just got a message back from another chunks before you got here, and they got a case ready to go for me. Just tell them you're there to pick it up for me, and it should be good to go. Thanks.
Oh yeah, I know.
Ooh, I can't wait until it's time to eat.
I just don't understand the whole dynamic of this Chunks store.
Try some new flavor profiles.
Oh, it's a neon, huh?
What biz?
Biotechnology.
What are you talking about?
Alright, so what is... We got some other stuff. I think. There's another speak with someone. Is Joyce here? Is that right?
No, the foodie biz. Chefs and all that.
No, Joyce is not here. Trevor, Renee... Where's Joyce? Oh, Joyce is here. I think. I've heard, yeah, a lot of people prefer this to... No, I don't think she is here. I think it's pointing at my ship. I'm confused at why it points to Titan, because I don't think Joyce is on Titan. I think she's on Mars. I guess I could... I know Trevor's on Mars. What happens when I click B here? No, it actually shows me Mars. Maybe Joyce is here. Alright, well, we'll speak to Joyce then. You can build a fleet. And I think you can be pirates. I'm not 100% on that, because I really didn't do any research into the game. Domtila Core.
I don't mind the tourists. They help.
Who is Joyce? I don't remember. Oh, about the energy systems.
Love this moon and its people. Oh, hello there. Are you here about the brownouts? That's usually the only reason people come up here to talk to me, since I'm the power system manager here.
Well, the game won't actually be out until Tuesday unless you buy the really expensive version. If you have Game Pass, it's $35 to get the early version, which is what I did after I bought the really expensive version and then refunded it. Yeah, actually I am here to talk about the brownouts.
Of course you did. That's okay. It's a problem here. Citizens and visitors alike have a right to know what's going on and when to expect a fix. Problem is, I don't know how long we'll have to deal with this, because I'm needed here to
No, I'm on
oversee the
PC.
system, and we don't currently have anyone available to go out and solve the issue at the moment.
I'm on the PC. Yeah, there's Xbox Game Pass for PC. I think the Game Pass is for both. I don't know. I don't have an Xbox, so I don't know. But, yeah. Maybe I can help with the brownouts.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. I'm a little new to the job, and I'll admit I'm struggling a little bit. I could use some help.
What do you need?
I could use someone who's handy with a laser cutter to break up the ice that's formed on some of the power system machinery out there. That should clear up the shorts we've been experiencing and stop the brownouts. Does that sound like something you can do?
Oh, I've got a laser.
Oh, thank you. I guess I'm lucky you showed up then. Just be careful not to hurt yourself or the equipment.
Oh, the
Continue
framework
to monitor
laptops are really
things from
cool.
here.
But buying a whole laptop is probably more expensive than getting Game Pass.
Feel free to look around.
All right, how do we get out of here? I'm kind of surprised they didn't, oh, I do have to go this way. I'm kind of surprised they didn't team up with the Starforge Systems guys. Maybe the Starforge Systems guys are too small at this point. Seems like it would,
Sure would be nice
fit
to
right
meet our
along.
folks.
Maybe they did. I don't know. Okay, we gotta clean off some ice. Maybe while we're here, we'll find some resources. What a weird ice deposit. Hey, there's some tungsten. Love to see it. Oh, and is that titanium over there I spy? No, it's tungsten again. No, there is some titanium there. Woo, scan that bitch. Okay, so now we just need to find the special sauce. There you go. Well, you know, honestly, Panda, that probably was important spending. Good news is, most of the time, games only get cheaper. So. Except for Jurassic Park Operation Genesis for the PS2. Joyce, I did it.
New Homestead is a living history exhibit, but these are real people. So please be kind to them. Welcome to New Homestead.
Like he doesn't remember me. I'm the only guy going around in a quarantine suit.
How's it go? Careful not to damage the equipment with the cutter while you're working. We don't need any more problems.
Ice is all cleared up.
Good work. I should be able to take it from here. Thank you. I hope it wasn't too much of a pain in the butt.
It was not at all. Thank you. Alright, so did I have anybody else to talk to here? Don't think so. Special sauces and neon. Oh, we gotta do the monster costume, that's right. Do I just put it on now? Wait. I want to actually... There we go. Where am I going? Where does it want me to go? Scare the tourists? I can't go outside of this, can I? Damn game wants to get me killed. Is this a spacesuit? I guess it is. Technically.
Not looking to cause any trouble in that costume.
No, I would never do that, sir. Am I gonna die out here? Great. Great space outfit. It seems like I'm gonna ruin their local economy. Oh, I don't have a jetpack anymore. Roar. I hope they don't have a gun. Ah! Die! Oh god. Okay. This is gonna be awkward. They're leaving their kid behind. I'm just pointing that out. It's gonna be a core memory for this child. I'm just running alongside you. Just, you know, playing in a methane factory. Tourist is here. There we go. Equip my... Then also...
I know. I'll send someone to go patch it up again. We do what we gotta do until we can get the proof and replace the whole...
We used to get more tourists.
We used to get more tourists until they took an arrow to the knee. Okay. Just don't worry about it.
Everyone had to huddle together
can I do for you?
I scared off some tourists.
See, sometimes silly ideas are worth the effort.
It was
I'm just
interesting.
happy I was able to find someone willing to help with this ridiculous idea. Tell you what, if you want to come back later and do this for me a couple more times, I'll even let you keep the costume.
Okay. Wait, she took the costume. Alright, fine. I assume I'll have to come back later.
I just have so much energy. I want to run around.
Okay. Alright, so I think we've got anything in, wait, it's me. We've gotten everything in New Homestead so far. I am going to take a break here. Real quick. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get dinner. But then I will be back. I think we'll just go to BRB. I don't see a reason to stop the stream because I'm definitely coming back. But, I'll probably be back in like 30 minutes. Hello, everyone. Again, hello, Shu. Jen. If you're still here. And no Kirby, this will not be another 12-hour, hopefully. I think when we left off, I don't think I can handle another 12-hour stream. When we left off, I think we have fully explored everything. We've done every quest we have here. I assume Renee's, yeah. So we're just gonna finish surveying Titan and move on. Probably land over here at this industrial outpost.
This is definitely not the kind of place I'd set up an outpost.
Titan do be kind of smelly though. I'm looking for... Hello there, Bobniak. We need to find some... There's supposedly two... Are these baddies? I don't think so.
Stay out of the... I'm not a big fan of strangers on my site. Sure, you can get the hell off my site.
Oh.
We're on a tight deadline here, and we don't need any distractions.
Okay. What you building?
Ferrolite hired us to build a factory. They're expanding their operation. I don't think I'm supposed to tell you that, but they're not paying me enough to keep secrets.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Might as well. Pirate Rover on Miranda. I think I was just at Miranda. But we need to... I see some caves. Yeah, naps are always a mistake. Especially late at night. I think we need to land somewhere else. Because I don't see any mysterious places here. Pretty sure Titan's gonna be all mysterious plains. Or mysterious plains, frozen plains, yeah. Not much geological features on Titan. Is that Jupiter? There's one. Look at Jupiter. Adorable. Sarah is typically good about wearing her suit when she's with me. But, there was one planet we were on where she didn't wear a suit, and I was like, come on, Sarah. Lost my momentum. Very interesting map, hard to walk on. We don't need to walk where we're going though. I love Jupiter just peeking over the horizon. A lot of leeches there, what the hell? I'm gonna fly over those. Ooh, look at this. Fossilized marine life. Where's the other fossilized marine life? Normally they're all in the same area. On the other side here. Yeah. Frozen crevasse. Alright, we got anything else? I see spikes over there, but sometimes those don't always count. I guess we'll go look. Ruffles. You have dinner?
Hello, Mario.
Hi, heroes. How's your Sunday? I did not mean to hit that button. Hi, heroes. How's your Sunday, BRB? So, Vopniak, have you been focusing on the main story? I assume not just doing what I do in every game and exploring everywhere first? like this game would be a good just chatting game. Just because most of the time I'm just walking on a barren wasteland. Yeah, I'm doing... my plan is just to keep it, you know, I'll do all the quests in the solar system that I'm currently surveying. And I'm letting the missions take me to different solar systems, whatever's closest. But... as you can see, as I'm still surveying Sol, it'll be a bit. Ice croppings, it doesn't count. See, sometimes they don't count, and I don't know what makes it count or not. Oh, I can't fast travel while falling. I know this to be true. Go over here. That would be really neat. I thought, you know, as I was traveling through museums and stuff, they were gonna show us like... whoa, what's going on here? Show us, you know, like artifacts from Skyrim or something. Although technically, you know, it didn't take place in our universe as far as I'm aware. But maybe you could find, like... maybe you could find the planet that Skyrim takes place on. That would be pretty cool. Alright, I don't see any mystery locations here, so we're just gonna hop. We're just gonna hop. There's one. What time period did Fallout take place in? Definitely the carrying one. I'm tier 3 carrying at this point. Was it the, like, Fallout 4, was that the 50s? I thought the 50s was when it all went down. And then, like, you're 100 years, so, like, it was the 2150s, I think? But I think it wouldn't be really compatible with this timeline because technically NASA still existed and, like, they're talking about NASA exploration and stuff, so if the Fallout universe happened, then I don't think anyone would be spacefaring. Unless everyone left when Earth was being destroyed in the nuclear whatever and just never went back to Earth. Thank you, Titan. I landed in toxic gas. I'm dying. Okay. We got Titan now. Europe, Ria? Ray? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. F. Fluorine. So unfortunately, basically what I'm saying, I don't think the Fallout timelines line up, unfortunately, with what their timelines they built here. I mean, doesn't mean they have to, but I just leave when that guy's talking. I don't give a shit what he says. Jupiter's bright this time of night. Where's that Saturn? Am I around Saturn or Jupiter? I can't remember. It looks like it's too many rings for Jupiter. I think I'm around Saturn. That's definitely Saturn. I've been saying Jupiter the whole time, but it's definitely Saturn. That's true. No, you're right, Heroes. I was going more on about if they could squeeze the whole timeline, like not an Easter egg, but like if they could just make it in the timeline, right? Easter eggs are mostly for fun. I don't know why I keep doing that. I see the gas and I just want to run through it. And Skyrim's not like on a whole different, like that whole Elder Scrolls series is on a whole different world, right? So you could technically find that world. Does anyone know what world it's on? That Tamriel's on? Unexplored chemistry feature. Ooh. Volcanic vents, eh? We could up our scanner. But I think what I wanted to do, because I was in here... I'm thinking maybe shield systems. Maybe I'm gonna up persuasion, actually. I want to persuade. Also, once again, I'm asking you for health. Alright, this planet done. Or moon. Oh, Saturn, leave me alone. We're looking this guy now. Dion. Woo food? Woo food? Yeah, I wanted something fast, so I just went to McDonald's. I don't normally go to McDonald's very often,
Wish
but
everyone else felt the same way.
it sounded good. Scan. Silver, water, and lead. I want to be on the Saturn side. I like being on the Saturn side. We're just gonna land here. That sounds good, Panda. Well, typically I like to make my food, but I can't really do that in between streams unless or during streaming unless I want to, like, hey guys, I'll be back in an hour. Look at that. I'm not sure how that works. I know you can have multiple ships and you have a home ship. Yeah, so like you can, I think you can. Like if you look at my ship, you have a home ship and then I have the original ship. And I think you can have, maybe you can only have one ship? I'm not sure. Like one ship active? I thought I heard in the review they said you could do a fleet, but I don't know for certain. Like I said, I didn't know anything about this game before I got it. I didn't even really hear about it. Oh, cool. Silver and water. Alright, this planet's done.
Zeroing in on anything useful?
Planet had the best view so far. Or moon. Moon, planet, you know, whatever. So next one would be this guy? No, I've already done this one. How many do I have left on Saturn? One? I only have one. Which one haven't I done? Definitely haven't done this one. I really surveyed them all? Yep.
Hey, it's my personal savior. Thanks again for the assist.
Am I supposed to hail this ship?
Always looking for the next target.
What?
Plenty of marks to go around.
Do I have a quest to kill this ship? I do.
It's a good time to be a pirate.
Kinda unfair. That was a baby ship. I mean, I don't know. I kind of liked the Outer Worlds. It was just short. That was my only complaint. It was more of an on rails thing than an open world game. Paladinium? I thought the world in Outer Worlds, like the world they built in that game, was really good. But again, my space game level of enjoyment. But I've heard a lot of people talk trash about The Outer Worlds recently, and I didn't think it was that poorly received. Maybe I thought it was the re-release that was poorly received. Because they did it like in 4 years. Hello there, Saturn. Interesting. I mean, maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought I enjoyed it quite a bit. It did feel older. I'll give you that. I mean, I'll give you what you gotta have. You have an opinion. That's fine. I just remember liking it, but I think I got it through Game Pass as well, so I didn't have to pay for it. Well, other than my Game Pass subscription. I think it was one of the first games I got on Game Pass. It may have been the one that convinced me to get Game Pass, actually. Thinking back. I had Game Pass that long? You do, yes. You only have the games as long as... That's the problem with Game Pass, is you only have the games for as long as they're on Game Pass, or as long as you pay for Game Pass. So, it's not normally an issue for me because the amount of times I go back to play a game, very rare. Unless it's like a multiplayer game. I mean, your saves will all be there. You'll just have to buy the game again. Surveyed. Or you'll have to buy the game. I think with what I did, so like I purchased an expansion to the game, so it was like $35 on top of the quote-unquote free one through Game Pass. I think what that does, if I cancel Game Pass for that, I think you will have to buy the base game, but I will have all the expansion and shit from the extra thing I bought. Still. I don't know, it's kind of confusing. Yeah, so for you, it might not make a lot of sense to do Game Pass. Because they do remove games from, like, games will drop off Game Pass. I haven't had any, like, major ones that I can remember. I think the only one that I went back and I was like, well, I want to play that was, PlanetSide, remember, PlanetSide 4? I went back and I'm like, oh, that's on Game Pass. I want to play that. And it was gone. It's funny they don't have a lot of Jupiter's moons here. Callisto. Right, Robniak. The fact of the decision between me playing an old game or playing a new game is kind of like, I would much rather experience a bunch of different games than the same game a lot. Am I shooting the wrong ship? No. Shields get back online. There we go. Whoa, baby. I don't want to dog this thing. I'm getting shot. Fuck. There's another one. Uh-oh. shit. Where is the other one? I guess all of the UC guys have died. I had them all. This one I want to dock. Why not? I'm curious if you get more loot by docking.
We've docked. I'm sure whoever's in that ship will be thrilled.
Wait, am I floating? Is there no gravity in here? Whoa! Is everybody dead? Everybody's dead. Oops. Okay, well, what do we got in here? Do I not have grav boots or something? Black market antiquities. I mean, I guess I can claim it. I don't think you have to land it, right? Or can you just claim it? Fuck. Yeah, it's not in great condition. Is there a way that I can see its hull? I mean, I don't really want the same ship.
It's good to be back on board.
I don't know if that claimed it for me or not. I guess this is an experiment. Stuff just fell on my head. Who did that? What are you doing? What happened to my ship? All the containers blew up.
Been in the Vanguard a long time. The faces changed. Bad guys are still bad guys.
I do not really see any reason to claim that ship. Since I've already got the exact same ship, but modified to be better.
Whenever I'm lost, I think, what would you do in my shoes? Not literally, though. I've got small feet.
We were originally here to land on Callisto, I think. It is nice having your own fan. 2 resources here, and one of them is iron. I forgot to scan the planet. Helium-3 is the other. I guess unless I wanted to add that ship to my fleet. It's crouch? So like not walking, like your normal running speed and then crouched? Why? Yeah, I know. I was just complaining about that earlier this in stream. I don't know why they can't make walking the same speed as the NPCs. What does that have to do with on the controller? It makes no difference. What do you mean? Oh, because you can control the speed at which you're walking on controller. Right. Oh man, I can't imagine playing this game on a controller. It seems like I mean, the space flight would be interesting on a controller, but I feel like the gunplay would be worse. Oh, Io. I'm falling? Oh. Yeah, I know. The fact that the color all ship button is missing. The first ship I had, I colored all myself. Like individual parts. It's crazy that that button is missing.
Like touching down on a cloud. Your landing skills never cease to amaze.
I'm curious what the console sales versus installs look like versus PC nowadays. Like, are there really that many more console players than there are PC players for this sort of thing? Surveyed. PS5, Xbox versus PC. Yeah, that's true. We got Callisto, we got Io, we got Ganymede, and we got Europa. So Jupiter's pretty much done too. Have to scan Jupy. Well, and I think consoles are probably also just easier to code for, right? Because there's a limited number of consoles, like, configurations. You go to PC, you've got, like, you know, AMD cards, NVIDIA cards, Intel cards, all the various generation of those that people are running in their PC. AMD processors, Intel processors, all the different types of motherboards and how that interacts. You know, I it's the same reason why, like, people always say that Apple has the best phones, because Apple and the OS, because Apple only has to program for the phones they make, right? They know exactly what the configuration's going to be. You don't have all these manufacturers throwing these shit tier phones out that are running like 2 gigs of RAM. So it, you know, Android has a similar problem. Just a Star Station. All right, so we've done. I think next we just need to do Mars then. Need to land on Mars, but I'm gonna look at Deimos and Phobos first. Can I land on them? I hope so. True, Bobniak. That is very true. Which I think is the main reason why everything has been ported over.
What's next on the agenda?
What is this Star System?
Saving the world, saving the galaxy, saving.
Wait. Oh, I'm looking at Deimos Star
Have you
Yard.
ever tried Aurora?
Well,
Civilian vessels are allowed to dock at Deimos Star Yard.
Not since you were born.
What was it like?
Terrible.
Talking about doing drugs with his kid.
You stay away from that stuff, Cora. Trust me.
It slows down time. It's kind of cool. I haven't done it yet, but I was gonna.
When humanity finally left the cradle of Earth behind, the United Colonies was...
Welcome to Deimos.
Deimos builds some of the toughest ships in the settled systems. That's probably why the UC Navy continues to contract with them to this day.
I wish Deimos was exclusively a military contractor.
Really? Why don't I have space on the ship for passengers? I guess I just have no passenger space? Is it because I'm carrying Sam and his daughter? Alright.
Deimos ships are responsible for countless victories. There are
Marshmallow trees.
This is the heart of the UC.
Oh.
What do we have here? A civilian in my star yard.
You let me dock.
Deimos prides itself on being the UC's first and last line of defense in space. But we're more than happy to protect and arm bold entrepreneurs that do their business among the stars.
I mean, on an SSD, there's barely any loading time. I mean, compared to Skyrim, I would say it's about the same. I think people just want to be mad at Bethesda. I think that's a lot of it. People didn't want this game to be good. It's not perfect. I've said that several times. Like, it's not. I wish they would have procedurally generated a lot of the bases, because the fact that you can go into a base right after you've done a base and it's the exact same layout with the exact same stories and all that stuff, that's a little weird. But I mean, with the world being as big as it is, I understand why that exists. I'm glad you have time for us, Civies. You can talk with the crew, yeah.
My respect. Heck, an independent may be even braver. You don't have a fleet at your back when the Crimson Fleet comes calling. So, let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Oh yeah? How much?
This is not normal behavior.
What? Why'd you... What? Why did he say that? Let's see.
Certainly.
How much are they? Oh, baby. I want this ship. Oh man, I'm almost there. I've got 125,000. Whoa, how much capacity? 3680 capacity? Boy. I mean, this one's cool. All these ships look really cool. Is that the cost or the value? Oh, that's the value. Oh, I could afford it. I was looking up here at vendor credits. B reactor. Can I fly this though? What's the license? Will it let me buy one if I don't have a ability to fly it? Wait, there's no way. Oh wait, I'm clicking on the thing again. Fuck.
The best decision you've made.
It will warn you. Okay. 86 grand? I can afford this easy, but it doesn't have a lot of storage, and that's kind of a problem for me. This one has a ton of storage. Kind of a shitty armament, though. Oh, it's 181,000. Couldn't afford it anyway. Everything else has a capacity of 200. I mean, these are obviously warships, right? This one's better than my ship in every way except for capacity. I gotta have more than 200. Anywhere between 1,000 and 2,000 would be ideal.
When you get serious about your spacecraft, come back to Deimos.
Dude, I will.
No other ship
Maybe.
can hold a candle to the Deimos. It's not even close.
You should be honored to step foot in here.
Why? These guys are fucking
If you
assholes.
want to survive out there, you've come to the right place.
Listen, my ship that I stole from Eclipse is doing perfectly fine. I don't want to talk to you guys anymore. I'm getting out of here. It's fine. I may have taken it apart and pasted storage on the side of it, but it's fine.
Do you, Captain?
It may look like a giant penis, but it's great. It's my ship. She's beautiful. I forgot to name her again. Leave her alone. She's beautiful the way she is. She's a little chunky, but... Oh. I've surveyed this? You can't land on it? I want to land on the asteroid. Go to Phobos. Hello, the Lone Tarnished. Welcome. On this Sunday Eve where I am. How are you doing? Okay, so we've got all of this. I've surveyed Venus. I think I'm 90% surveyed of the Sol system. I think Mercury is the only place I haven't been to. I think Mercury is the only place I haven't been to. But I do want to go back to Luna because I want to look at the Apollo thing. Oh, actually, while we're on Mars, I'm going to speak with Renee and Trevor. Gotta go to Mars. I've been really enjoying the game. Hello, Pop. This game is right up my alley. So what's the answer about fleets, Panda? I'm having a hell of a good time. Well, I'll tell you this, Pop Leo. The game came out Thursday night for me at 8 p.m. And I've already got a day and 3 hours in it. That's actual playtime. I haven't left it like sitting there or not. So, I'd say pretty good. I think the weapon variety is pretty good. I mean, it's not as varied as, say, Borderlands or a looter shooter like that. But there are tons of variations of the different guns and stuff, and you can modify them a bunch. I mean, I'm kind of a bad person to ask because I haven't done a lot of like even though I'm level 21, I've only really been surveying planets and doing some little quests. You can fly one at a time and no companions to fly your ship.
Do your part to keep
Ooh, the hours without incident actually changed. It was 300 and something when I was here last time. Baldur's Gate's another good one. I think Starfield would be better received if Baldur's Gate hadn't come out around the same time. Starfield really got screwed over by Baldur's Gate. Oh yeah. I enjoyed Fallout 4. I wasn't a huge fan. But yeah, this atmosphere and all that, it really sells me. But it does feel like Fallout 4 in space. So if you liked Fallout 4, you're gonna like this.
I wish there were more kids like me around. The grown-ups are always so grumpy. Hi, I'm Renee.
Okay.
And I'm so bored. My mom and dad say not to talk to people I don't know, so I thought maybe I could talk to you and then I know you and I won't be so bored.
Yeah, the shipbuilding is interesting. I haven't gotten too far into it. I modified my ship to make it able to carry more goods. Dom Tulio, I don't know if he's still in here. He's done a lot more of the base building. Since I've only done Alpha Centauri and Sol system, I didn't really want to build a base like that. There's Dom. I didn't really want to build a base on any of those before, but I think if I find a nice planet in a different solar system, I will definitely go for it and start building the base and see how that works out. But I know Dom's done a lot more base building than I have. You can walk around in the settlement. Yeah, for the shipbuilding, no. You do it from like a menu. Tarnished was asking. He said that there was better settlement mechanics in this game than Fallout 4. You can walk around your base. I'm relatively certain. I think you build it and it's just like one of these bases. Okay, well, Dom's base, I guess you can't visit. Wet loophole. Okay, whatever. I'm Starshade.
See? Now we're friends! And my parents can't say I'm not allowed to talk to you.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't want to be friends with you.
Anyway, what do you want to talk about?
There can't be much for kids to do around here.
I like to play with Taye sometimes. We come up with lots of games to play. Sometimes we listen to music or watch shows. But when he's not around, I like to draw.
Technically the third time.
I draw things and give them to people.
I think there's a time you weren't here.
So mopey all the time.
I don't know. The kids like me. It's because I'm in a quarantine outfit.
Wanna help me? I just drew these great pictures of Space Frog, but I can't go out right now. Can you help put them up for me?
What's a space frog?
It's Space Frog from outer space. And he's a little frog character that I made up. I've never seen a real frog before, but I've seen pictures. Anyway, he lives in space and goes around to different planets helping people who are sad or need help. He's great.
This is Space Frog. Look at Space Frog. Alright, where do you want me to put him?
You will? Thank you, thank you, thank you! People are gonna be so happy. Here's a bunch of copies of the Space Frog drawing I made. You can post them in places where you think people will see them.
Tarnished, I've heard Baldur's Gate 3 described as D&D where the DM doesn't get mad at you for exploring and punish you. Well, I mean, I guess we'll do that. But there's another person that I'm supposed to talk to here. Trevor? Alright, where's Trevor? Oh, I haven't been in the bad part of Mars. Wait, is this Curiosity? No. This is Bolter.
You got the look of a miner about you.
Oh,
Mining's
you.
fair work, but you can't take it all so seriously, I always tell my mates. We're pulling rocks out of the ground, not building spaceships.
I like this guy still.
Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah. Unfortunately, all our mining contracts are filled right now. Unless... maybe you could help me out with a job. Off the books.
Oh, I'm known for being off the books.
Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to.
I did notice, yes.
Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas. And we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right?
Yes.
I've got a plan for solving our little problem, though.
Eat the rich. What's the plan?
Okay, glad you're still on board. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some more.
You just want me to mine?
Quota should do. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first.
Alright. You sure you're just not exploiting me for free labor?
Of course not. I'll pay you out of my own pocket.
Okay.
I care about my miners, even if corporate doesn't understand our struggles down here.
Alright,
I'm willing to put in
Panda.
some sacrifices to help.
Enjoy
That's
the
just the kind of
clean.
guy I am. If I had the credits to buy all the equipment myself, I would. But this is the next best thing.
Alright, fine, if I get paid.
When you've got enough, drop it off in the bin over there for processing. Then come see me.
Welp, I'm a miner now. Can't drink alcohol. Gotta gather me some iron.
I can't imagine being stuck down here gathering rocks for a living. Hey, there'll be plenty of time later.
Sarah, this is what I'm supposed to do. Don't yell at me. I'm doing my job. I'm the fastest miner in the West. Drop it in the bin. Do I guess I have to do it myself. Ah!
Okay. See, you're serious about helping. That all you mind is really gonna bolster our numbers.
Yeah, it wasn't that hard. You could probably do it, Trevor.
Great. Now, the next part is a little trickier. Our director of mining operations, Peter Brennan, fired his last assistant over a month ago. Peter's the only one who can approve the order for new equipment, and unfortunately, he's useless without an assistant. I think I've got a surefire way for you to get that job.
Okay.
Then you, as his assistant, can get him to sign off on the approval.
You want me to become his assistant?
We just need you to take the job until we get the approval signed. Then you can quit, keep it, or do whatever. It's not as bad as it sounds. Worst case scenario, you may have to go fetch some stuff for him and go over his messages. It'll be easy, promise.
All right.
Now Hold on, it's not that easy. You'll need to apply for it like
Oh my
anyone
God.
else. Head to the Deimos Star Yard's office up in orbit to fill out the application. It's where that
I
job
was
is
just
posted.
up there.
Come back and see me when you've done that, and we'll talk about how to secure the position for you.
You're jumping through a lot of hoops to get those miners the equipment that they need.
Yeah, what's your point, Sarah? The perk trees are pretty cool. If you look, so basically, the more you place stuff into the perks, the further down the tree you can go. I don't know the actual numbers, but you have like the physical stuff, social, combat, science, and tech. And as you do them, so like say for example surveying, it gives you a challenge to rank it up, and then you can rank it up once you complete that challenge. So for this one, it was scan 25 unique resources, flora or fauna. So I can technically upgrade this to level 3 when I get another skill point. And so like each one will have its own little thing, like booster pack training, like when you fly in combat. This one's actually pretty good. I might get this next actually. And so like they all have their own little, you start out pretty simple and then you gain more perks with each one as it grows. And then as you put them into there, you can obviously move down the tree to more crazy things.
The event of